He flew home for the first time. I found that my seat was occupied by the bare child. The stewardess came over. Instead, he brought Nick directly to first class, also being harassed by a bald man. The bald man gave up. Ella worked hard all the way. And Nick. And tried to get Ella's attention. The boy in front of him will completely change his life. The plane suddenly encountered a strong turbulence. All the passengers were in a panic. Even the flight attendants are no exception. The plane also fell into total darkness. Nick didn't push it away. I was too nervous to say a word.
Non, c'est pas grave, y a pas de quoi.
This is enough to make a person over 40. Even today, 30 years later, it still looks good. Watching Ella pack her bags and leave.
Ravi d'avoir frôlé la mort en votre compagnie en tout cas. Balthazar. Je m'appelle Balthazar.
Alice.
Watching the bag of news leaving. She was so good and powerful. Just then, Ella left a USB stick on the ground. However, the next day, Ella walked into the office with confidence. With a smile of admiration. Call her an old woman who doesn't understand style. She only focuses on doing her job well. But what he didn't expect was Ella was shocked and confused by her boss's decision. But then the boss's words made Ella feel upset. Jonah may not be as capable as Ella at work. I also have good relationships with all my colleagues in the company. Compared to Ella's dull look all day, she didn't have the energy and vigor that Jonah had. Ella didn't argue with him, and decided to numb myself with work. To his horror, his USB stick was gone. He came across a note on the computer screen. But he was busy. But Nick is having a party at the bar with his classmates. Ella rushed towards the bar without hesitation. There is only one thought in my mind. But now the USB stick is not on Nick. But the moment Ella walked out of the bar, a battered little pink electric donkey appeared before his eyes, making such a weird transportation home. He quietly accepted it. See Ella wearing a helmet. And this moment, from a colleague's perspective, this is simply explosive news. But Ella seems to be interested in this boy. So he went home with Nick, after successfully retrieving the USB stick. However, Nick obviously still has something to say.
Je me disais peut-être qu'on pourrait prendre un café un soir. Pas forcément un soir d'ailleurs. Je sais pas pourquoi l'histoire, ça peut être le matin, ça peut être l'après-midi, moi je suis assez dispo. Et puis pas forcément le café, hein.
Écoutez, je sais que c'est très à la mode en ce moment et que c'est vraiment gentil, mais je suis débordée, donc c'est pas plutôt mon genre. Au revoir.
Muse's rejection is like a thorn. But a teenager would never dream of it. Ella still looked confident to this day. Colleagues were whispering. There was even an inexplicable oddity in his eyes. Then her best friend handed her a photo. The above content stunned Ella. Immediately she found the boss. I am not involved in anything that affects the company. Make Ella feel restless.
Pourquoi tu te prends la tête? C'est ça que je veux voir chez toi, moi. C'est ça que je cherche. Un peu de folie, un peu de magie. Là, avec le petit, tu me fais rêver. Bah, t'as l'esprit rebelle. Et c'est bien, c'est ce que j'aime.
Ella stood there dumbfounded. A scum affair. It made him lose confidence in love. A 38-year-old single mother. Sure, I never thought about my own relationship problems. Friends advised him to start a new relationship as soon as possible. Rapid promotion even at work. And I went home. Taste the red wine again that has not been touched for a long time. Ella's hard at this moment. He put aside the gesture of a strong woman in the past. He volunteered to go to Nick's school. Instantly led this group of adolescent boys. Nick never thought.
Ça va?
Bonjour. Qu'est-ce que vous faites là?
Bah écoute, j'avais perdu ton number, en fait.
Ah.
Et je me suis dit que le plus simple, c'était encore de passer. Carrément. Ça fait plaisir de te voir. Ah, tu me fais visiter?
Such a close encounter. Meanwhile, Yella's beautiful face. They visited the school together. And Nick said yes without hesitation. Nick found Jalen. He piqued his curiosity, and he just threw himself into it. All of this is seen by colleagues. Then the two went to the rooftop together. The breeze blows gently. New ideas related to design. And there was a glint of admiration in his eyes. The contact between the two became more frequent. On a rainy night, Yella suddenly received a call from her sister. Nick deliberately avoids. Now Nick doesn't know. On the other end of the phone, he told Ella, this is a blind date specially selected for him. More importantly, he didn't care that Ella had a daughter. Forced to. Said his daughter was sick. Nick hears. Now Nick's expression is no longer the ignorance of a teenager. A satisfied smile also appeared on Ella's face. The other party is funny and rich. However, his expression was dazed and uncertain. Ella doesn't care. The two went to the fashion show hand in hand. Ella kept reminding him not to move. And when no one offers a helping hand, prompted him to rush onto the stage without hesitation. And Nick was the only one standing on the stage at a loss. Instead, I left a deep impression on him. The pitch black night heats up their emotions. Or maybe I don't want to part ways. Although neither of them drank alcohol, the close dancing gradually makes each other intoxicated. Nick summoned the courage to take Ella's hand, but Ella ran away in a panic. The biggest problem is the 20-year age difference. Say goodnight. There was a sense of loss. He wanted to try again. Nick learns that his daughter is not at home. Ella didn't resist either. And so they finally confirmed their relationship. Ella urges Nick to leave as soon as possible. He didn't want them to see this image. But at the door, sent a sweet kiss. But when Ella was about to leave for work, there are arrows on the ground. He was surprised to find a tape recorder under the chair. He asked Ella out on a date. The two of them shuttled through the streets together. Ella also feels the beauty of life again. His dramatic transformation also drew applause from colleagues, but life is often full of twists and turns. On a date between the two of them, and Ella was overwhelmed with joy. However, the daughter suddenly called.
Faut flipper, hein.
Les désagréments de la mère de famille.
Ben je le ferai avec.
T'es sûr?
Bah oui, oui, évidemment.
Ça te fait envie de... Quand j'aurai 40 ans, t'auras 21 ans? Quand j'aurai 50 ans, t'auras 31 ans? Je veux dire, qu'est-ce qui va se passer une fois qu'on se sera vu, revu et re-revu? Je crois pas que ce soit une bonne idée de continuer à se voir.
At this moment, Nick was left speechless. Can't give Ella a definite answer. Perhaps never seeing each other is the most ideal ending. Nick is completely in a decadent situation. No contact with the outside world. Ella is no exception. On this day, big customers go to the company to choose photo styles. Accidentally. Decide immediately. Although Ella tried to refuse. Even warned Ella in a threatening tone. Then he will face the fate of leaving. He had no choice. Asked for his help. The two can't regain their past feelings. Nick is reluctant, but I still agree to this shoot. But unexpectedly, while chatting with Ella's friends, it turns out that everything Ella did with him before, and Nick's heart plummeted. But in order to preserve Ella's final dignity, he kissed him hard in front of everyone. Maybe it's to vent the dissatisfaction in my heart. Rocco in the next shot. The photographer's vexatiousness made him explode completely. He decided to give up the cooperation. He also hurriedly followed. Until now, Nick couldn't take it anymore.
Bluffant. Putain. Bah, j'ai rien vu, je suis pas jury au César, mais ça je pense que ça méritait une petite statuette, ouais. Dans le rôle de la bourgeoise coinceuse qui fait semblant de se sortir son balai du cul et tout ça pour avoir une putain de promotion. Je nomme qui? Je nomme Alice Lantas. Alice Lantas, mesdames et messieurs.
Well, I came down for all I pleaded. Well, when he turned his head, Nick was a little lost for a moment. Because at the moment he still subconsciously thinks of Ella. Ella felt a rush of guilt and remorse. Ella still lost her job because of the incident. But only under such a trough. Watching someone else ride a pink electric donkey. The old sign still hangs on the tree by the door. Lost direction. The moment I heard Nick's voice. At this moment he understood. The boy 20 years younger than himself. Suppress your feelings. On love, he comes to Nick's school. But I didn't expect us to teach the class under everyone's gaze. At a loss, he decided to be brave again for his own happiness.
Pense à toi, mais tout le temps, en fait. C'est Lila. Je faisais pas semblant.
Juste après.
You only find it raining. It rains. It rains.
Qu'est-ce qui va se passer?
Ella did not respond. At this moment, abandoning the fetters of age and worldliness. Love is so unpredictable, sometimes. I met the most suitable person for him. We should be determined to pursue our own happiness.